What's up, everyone? Welcome to Cracka. I'm going to do a very quick, tiny review and hopefully show you some cool stuff and tell you a tale or two. um, I just got back about 10 minutes ago from decided to go to the comic book store my friend was telling me about that I already knew about, but I figured what the hell, because he said it had a lot of good stuff in there now. I figured, I went to the bank and took out $200. I had to convince my fiance at first because I said, this is, a really good deal. I was like, if it's in really great shape, then it's really worth the money. It's an investment book, and you got to use the investment card sometimes. She's like, and I showed her a price card. I'm like, this is what it's worth. If it's in this shape, that shape. I was like, I know what I'm doing. And she's like, all right, well, if you can get a good shape one and it's a good price, and pick it up then. So the investment card worked. So drove down there, dropped her off at work, and drove down there, and went right to the cash register. I'm like, hey, I was like, do you have, I heard you had Amazing Spider-Man #4, the first Sandman. And the guy's like, yeah, he's like, we sold it yesterday, though. It's like, son of a bitch. It's usually how my luck works. I'm like, it figures, it absolutely figures. And because I like to kick myself in the face, I asked him how much he was selling it for and what condition it was in. Apparently he wanted $160 for it, but it was fine to very fine condition. Not bad. He's like, well, I still have the graded one. I was like, really? I was like, well, how much is the graded one? I figured, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll get a better deal. He's like, it's a 9.6. He goes, and I want $950 for it. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, $950. I was like, nah, I can't do $950. He's like, all right. He's like, the least I would take would be $700. I'm like, I don't have $700. I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, oh, well, I have other... He's like, are you a Spider-Man fan? I was like, yeah. He's like, I have other Spider-Man books. You want to take a look? And he had, like, display case, and they were kind of overlapped on each other. And he's like, yeah, I got Amazing Spider-Man #1 here. He's like, I want $3,000 for it. And I felt like saying, if I wasn't going to spend $700 for the other thing, what makes you think I'm spending $3,000 on Amazing Spider-Man #1? I was like, I don't have it. Then, of course, he had Amazing Spider-Man #14, which is the first Green Goblin that he wanted, I think, $1,300 for. I'm like, I don't have it. And I was like, I don't have that kind of money. I told him, I have like about $100. I was like, if you have something that's worth, $100, I was like, then I'd go for it. And he's like, well, I have Amazing Spider-Man #50. He's like, I really want $300 for it. He's like, but I'd sell it to you for $250. And I'm like, I was like, no, I was like, I'm good. Which I didn't even have $250. I had $240. I had the $40 from the yard sale that went bust, and the $200 I took out. So I'm like, I just don't have it. He's like, oh, well, it's here. You change your mind. We can make some kind of deal. I was like, yeah. So I started looking around. Just had the hell of it, and went to the Spider-Man section. I was like, maybe I can get some good stuff for cheap, or at least close to being cheap. But unfortunately, his stuff was as high, if not higher, than some of the other comic book stores I've gone to. I was a little disappointed. He had Amazing Spider-Man #600, which I don't have, and I figured, you know what? I looked at it, I was like, it's in great shape. I was like, I'll pick it up. And there was no price in the front, so I'm like, oh, whatever. So I flipped it over, and there was the price. He wanted $55 for it. And I was like, wow. I was like, no way. And, I guess he heard me, because he came, he was like, oh, he's like, what? Oh, what's going on? I was like, oh, nothing. I'm just, browsing and looking at it. He's like, yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 600. He's like, great issue, great issue. I'm like, is that $5.50 or is that 55? He's like, 55. I'm like, Jesus. And I put it back. He's like, well, you got to understand that, when Peter Parker died, Spider-Man sales spiked. They went through the roof. He's like, now it's kind of supply and demand. He's like, so, we raised the prices a little bit. I'm like, a little bit? Oh, my God. Even some stuff, number, 403, I think I was looking at, he wanted $15 for. I'm just like, no way. So, I left without buying anything. I figured worst comes to worst, so I'll come home, I'll throw all my stuff, change, and money into my Spider-Man fund, which is a pretty big plastic jar that I'm messing around with, drawing on, might make a fight scene or something. But I figured I'd throw it all in there, and my fiance was pissed. She's like, oh, did you get it? I'm like, nah, I didn't get it. She's like, oh, what happened? I told her the whole thing. And she's like, all right, we'll go put the money back in the bank. I'm like, well, I think I just want to keep it in my jar and put it in the safe. And she's like, no, put it in the bank, because you're gonna... I'm like, leave me alone. Because my luck, usually how it goes is, whenever I have money, I'll never be able to buy anything because it's never on sale, it's never cheap, or I'll never find it. When I'm broke, that's when it pops up out of nowhere. So, going for another tactic. Moving on to my review. I'm going to show you some stuff, hopefully. I got a chance to read Legends of the Dark Knight #4. Very, very cool cover. And the other ones up to this have been really good. But I didn't like this one. I did not like this one at all. I thought the art kind of sucked. And it was just kind of boring. I was just like, alright, you know. I mean, the first story in there wasn't too bad. I had to read it twice. I'm like, wait a minute. But the art sucked on it. Like, everything was like almost like blurred. I'm like, eh. So I was kind of disappointed in this one. But it's the first one out of 4 of them that I'm disappointed with, so. And I read the Prelude to Deadpool Core, #1 of 5, the one I got for free from Midtown, which I was informed is not the first appearance of Lady Deadpool, so Midtown's a lying bastard. But it wasn't a bad book. It was kind of funny with an alternate dimension kind of thing. Moving on. As some may know on these videos that I've put up, that I'm actually packing stuff up for many reasons. And I was going through some stuff, and I actually found something pretty cool that I haven't used in such a long time. And hopefully, if my hand stops hurting lately today, for some reason it's been really killing me. Both of them. I don't know. I just woke up this morning and they were all like cranked up, and I'm like, wow, really? And then they were. So. But anyway, I had gotten this when I graduated high school. My aunt got it for me. It's actually really, really cool art set. I'll show you what it looks like. Open it up. It's got different colored fine tip marker / ink pen kind of things that have this kind of ink, which apparently is not cheap. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this came with the black ink, which I use the black pen for a lot. Very, very cool. Worked really well. It flows really well. But what I found out, which was disturbing, was that the other color, like the green, the orange, the red, the ink for those things are very expensive, or at least they were back in the day. So I really didn't go too much. Like, I think I bought like one of each color, and then when they ran out, I didn't buy any more because they were just, I can't even remember how expensive they were. I just remember going, oh my god, they're that much money. But it was a really cool set, and got a lot of use out of it. Now, like I said, I'm packing stuff up. I'm doing it little by little, not because I'm lazy, just doing it little by little, stretch it out. Because this apartment, basically, my stuff, I didn't really notice it too much, and I didn't think my fiance really cared, which she really doesn't. But my stuff pretty much dominates this entire apartment. It's just everywhere. And I recently looked at it, and I'm like, I was like, that's really not that fair. I was like, because everything around here, like, all over the walls in front of me, all over everywhere, is just all my stuff. And I was like, you know what, it's our apartment, I have to be fair, so I told her what I'm going to do is take everything down little by little, and either pack it away or decide what I really want to put up or keep up. And we're going to split it half and half, so half of the apartment will be mine, the other half of the apartment will be hers, and decoration-wise. So I had grabbed a couple of things that I'm going to actually pack away, because I don't want them to get destroyed, because lately I've been very, I guess clumsy would be the thing. Like, I'm bumping into stuff every now and then, and stuff's getting rattled and falling off the shelves, and I just don't want stuff to break or anything, so I figured, what the hell, I'll start putting them away, and at least when they're packed, I know they're safe. So, this is something I had gotten, I'm going to show you, a long time ago, when I first started working at one of the comic book stores I was at. It's a Spider-Man and Venom statue. Basically, it's Venom punching and Spider-Man's jumping over his back. And the base is awesome because it's half Venom, half Spider-Man. Very, very cool. It's one of the things I'm going to be packing up once I grab the box out of my cave. Another thing, my fiance got this for me just for the hell of it, which is pretty nice of her. A long time ago in 2005, I think. I came home. I was actually having a pretty rough day from work, and my mother, she's like, "Oh, you got a package?" I'm like, "A package?" I was like, "I didn't order anything." And I don't remember where it was from, but I opened it up, and I'm like, Jesus, and it was this, which is the Hobgoblin mini bust. Very, very cool, very detailed. The base is awesome. It's actually the Goblin glider as the base. The cape is kind of cool. It's all ripped up. And I was like, wow, who the hell got me this? And then, of course, there was a little note attached to it. She's saying that, she loves me and she got me this. She saw it. She thought I'd like it because I'm a Spider-Man thing. I'm a Spider-Man thing. I'm a Spider-Man kind of person, and she actually thought, gotta give her some credit. She actually thought it was the Green Goblin, and because you know how much I'm a Green Goblin fan, and I was joking with her. I was like, well, dear, I was like, you were close. I was like, it's a goblin. I was like, it's actually the Hobgoblin. She was like, who the hell is the Hobgoblin? And it's funny because it says it right across the box, but hey, I guess you overlooked that. Um, so I had to mess with her. I was like, if it was the Green Goblin, I was like, he would be green, dear. I was like, he wouldn't be orange. She's like, well, I'll take it back. I'm like, no. No. And this is something she had got me for our 5-year anniversary. She got me two things back in 2005, which, like I said, I got to undust these things. But I'm a huge Crow fan. She got me a Eric Draven mini bust. You can see it says Eric Draven, the Crow. And on the back it says Shelley Webster. Very, very cool mini bust. It's a nice little thing she got me. And she also knows I like Nightcrawler. So she got me this little statue of Nightcrawler on a giant X. You can't really see it too well in the light. But it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I was like, wow, look at that. So she hooked me up for our 5-year anniversary back in 2005, and now it's 12 years. Wow, 12 years. January 1st was our 12-year anniversary, and we got each other nothing, which is like, you're lucky we're with each other. The running joke. But she lets me get my comics and stuff like that, so I guess it's kind of evens out. But this is just some of the stuff I just wanted to show before I pack it up. You know, if we ever get a house, definitely I'm gonna put this stuff in hopefully a cool display case. Gonna work on that, but not worried about any of that stuff now because as of right now we don't have anything, so we're working with what we got. And like I said, I've been getting very clumsy lately, and the way the apartment's set up, it's like a maze almost because I got so much stuff and I really don't want to see anything get broken, so I'm definitely going to be packing up a lot of things. So little by little, the background you see is going to definitely change. I'm packing up my statues first, going through my DVDs, packing them up, because my DVDs, you really can't tell, but that whole bookshelf case looking thing back there has the shelves itself, which are pretty much all covered with my DVDs, and then it has cabinets underneath, which I think it has 1, 2, 3, 4 cabinets underneath with 2 shelves, and basically it goes 3 rows deep of my DVDs on both. On the top I have 3 rows deep of DVDs. The bottom is 3 rows. The entire 4 cabinets are not only the 3 rows deep, but then there's DVDs stacked flat on top of them. So it's a little insane, and now I have, not only do I have all the ones that are in the cabinets, but then I have ones, as you can see, that are just stacked up on top of the shelf that I don't have any room. I have them on the floor stacked up. I think I have like 3 boxes that I packed away of DVDs alone, and I haven't even gotten to the ones that are in there. Which I did make a video on a lot of my DVDs, but I just lost track of everything. I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to do this. So that'll be another thing if we ever move and get a house. I'll do a DVD video, unpacking them so to make it a lot easier. I know what I've videotaped or not. Anyway, it's a long enough video as it is. And everyone's like, oh God, get off the damn thing. But hopefully, probably Friday or Saturday, I'm going to be getting a shipment in from Midtown, and then I think 3 shipments left from Midtown, and then that's it. I'm pretty much flat out done with them. I don't care anymore. They piss me off, and they're just annoying. At least their shipping is cheap. That's the one thing, if they ship you stuff. So I should have a mix of new release and back issues coming by Friday, and then next week I should have a mix of stuff, and then that'll be that. And then I'm just going to go back, if I'm going to start collecting comics still, just go back to the stores and see what I can do. It just sucks, wasting gas to drive to these stores and they don't have anything because they've already sold them all. It's a bit of a bitch. You call them up and, yeah, we got this and that, and you go, there's nothing. It's like, yeah, come on, why do you lie to me? Whatever. Anyway, yeah, because I think once this death in the family thing with Batman is over and the Superior Spider-Man might die down, and the only thing I'm going to try to keep up with is Spider-Man and the all-new X-Men. I'm going to try to keep up with. Everything else I'm probably just going to let go. Unless the Savage Wolverine kicks ass, then I might stick with him too. But we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? I'm always changing my mind about stuff anyway. Anyway, long enough video. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. I almost forgot, but I want to thank Dr. Monkey Bot for subscribing. I appreciate it. That's not the size of your man cave that matters. It's what you have in it. Later.